If you've ever set a goal you truly cared about and then a few weeks later you're thinking, what happened? This video is for you because most of the time it's not that you're lazy, it's not that you don't want it badly enough, it's that your goal didn't have a system and it wasn't connected to a weekly routine you can actually keep. Now, and before I say the word rhythm, let me explain exactly what I mean because I'm not trying to be trendy. When I say rhythm, I simply mean a repeatable weekly routine. Like you already have rhythms in real life, right? You got certain days you run errands, certain days you do laundry. Payday means bills get paid. A standing appointment you didn't even think about anymore. Those are some rhythms. It's just a pattern your life already understands. So when I say your life doesn't have a rhythm to hold that goal, I mean, you didn't attach that goal to a simple weekly routine that can survive real life. Now, if you're watching this in January, I know goal talk is everywhere right now. New year, new plans, new pressure. But this message is for any time of the year because life doesn't stop being real after January. This is about building steady, not just getting inspired. Also, if you want more simple systems, practical planning, and business growth that doesn't cost you your peace, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That helps you stay connected and it helps other women find this kind of content too. So, here's what happened. I was listening to Jim Rohn teaching one of the older talks that sounds simple, but it hits because it's true. And it reminded me of something I've seen for years, especially with women building businesses and full lives. We set goals we like. I'm going to be consistent with content. I'm going to finally launch the thing. I'm going to email my list every week. I'm going to finally get organized. And we mean it. Then real life shows up. Energy dips, family needs change, something unexpected happens. And because the goal isn't connected to a routine, something you repeat, it slowly turns into frustration. And I don't want your goals to become another reason to feel behind. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to take a goal you already have and turn it into a simple routine you can keep weekly. And if you're the kind of person who does better with support and accountability, hold that thought. I'll share at the end how you can join us inside my free community, Scale Without Noise, where we practice this kind of steady system building together. Here's the truth: a goal is what you want, a system is how it happens. Goals matter. I'm not anti goals, but goals by themselves are often just good intentions. And if you're building in a real life season with responsibilities, family, work, health, all of it, you cannot rely on motivation to carry the whole thing. So if you've ever thought, I know what to do, I just can't seem to keep up with it, that's usually a system problem, not a character problem. Let me ask you something. No shame, just clarity. What goal have you set, maybe more than once, that keeps slipping because you never built the weekly routine to support it? Just name it because we're going to build it in a way that fits your life. All right, this is the framework. 3 words. You can do this on paper or in your notes app. The 3 words are keep, create, protect. And I'm going to use a real example from my life so it makes sense. So the first thing we're going to do is write keep. Keep is what stays steady on a normal week. So in my keep category, I'm going to put Friday planning. That's like my business reset. And I do that for about 30 minutes. Friday planning and about 30 minutes, or you can say 45. Okay. I look at what happened this week and I decide what's going to be going on for next week. So next week could be one filming block because I want to grow my YouTube channel and that fits my real life. And that's my baseline. That's what I can keep because if I don't plan it, I'm going to carry it in my head and that's when everything starts to feel heavy. The next thing is create. Create is where you take your goal and turn it into a weekly repeatable action. So if the goal is I want to be consistent on YouTube, here's what that looks like in my real life. So let's say you decide, for me, Mondays, okay, I'm going to create my outline for my YouTube video for that week. And this might take me about 30 minutes to do. Okay. And then on Tuesdays, all right, that's going to be my filming days, my recording days. Okay, so I might record and edit that same day. And that might take me about 45 to 60 minutes. Okay. And then on Thursdays, I call that my upload days. That's when I'm going to actually upload the videos to YouTube. There's nothing fancy, just repeatable. I'm not trying to impress anybody with my plan. I'm trying to build something I can maintain. Now, let's say another example of this could be, let's say I want to grow my email list. So you would decide twice a week, share one free resource, or once a week, I'm going to email my peeps. You're not trying to build a complicated plan. You're building a plan, once again, that you can repeat. Now, the next thing is protect. Protect is what makes things sustainable. That's the part that keeps you from burning out. Especially for women 40 and older, we don't need more pressure, we need more support. So, protect means you decide ahead of time what you're guarding, whether it's sleep, weekends, mornings, family things, what you're not available for the season, what minimum standard is on a hard week, because weeks are going to get hard. They're part of life. A minimum standard might be, even on a tough week, I plan for 15 to 20 minutes. Or even on a tough week, I still send that one simple email. Or I do one small thing to stay connected. Now, for me, protect includes no working on Sundays. I might want a hard stop time. Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not there yet. But I want a hard stop time to be at 6 p.m. and a minimum standard for hard weeks. So my minimum standard might be, if I can't film this week, I will still outline on Monday. Why? Because I didn't lose momentum. I didn't start over. I stayed in the rhythm. And this is what I do when my brain feels full. I'll open up a simple Google Doc, dump the messy thoughts, and then turn it into a short checklist I can repeat. I'm not looking for perfect. Remember, I'm looking for something that's repeatable. Now I want you to do this. Just one goal. Pause the video here if you have to and do the same thing that I just did, okay? Write your 3 words: keep, create, protect. For keep, what's your baseline block that you can keep weekly? Remember, for me, it was the Friday planning. Create, what's one repeatable action you do each week? For me, that was my Monday outlines. And for protect, what boundary keeps it sustainable? For me, remember, it was no work on Sundays. And what's your minimum standard? Remember, you don't need a perfect plan. You need a plan that you can repeat. Now, if you just did that exercise and thought, okay, that actually helped, imagine doing that with support. That's what we do inside Scale Without Noise. We help you take what feels heavy, make it simple, step by step. And if you want support building your weekly routine and staying steady, come join the free community. Scale Without Noise is for women building real businesses in real life who are done with the hustle culture, done with the noise, and ready for systems and steady growth. The link is below in the description. And if this helped you rethink goal setting in a way that feels peaceful and doable, go ahead and like and subscribe to this video. Once again, it helps women find this message, and it also keeps you connected for the rest of the series. Here's a takeaway. If a goal isn't connected to a routine you can repeat, it usually won't last. But when you give it a system and a weekly routine your life can hold, consistency gets much easier. Now, watch this video next. It's popping up on the screen. It's AI Systems for Solopreneurs, and it explains why I built my business this way. Because it'll show you the bigger picture of how I stopped relying on motivation and rebuilt around systems that supported my life. I'll see you in the next video.